Let's get into some nuts and bolts here. So we're going to talk about degrees a little bit more in detail. Okay, specifically, how to convert a decimal degree to something that's called DMS, or degree minutes seconds. Okay, so let's define this for you. So can you see that? We're going to convert. We're going to learn how to convert from just a degrees, like 72.5 degrees, to what's called degree minute seconds. Okay, it's not too hard, and you'll have a calculator to do this anyway. So to convert, in fact, if you're have any programming skills, you could probably program your calculator to do this for you, because it's a very simple algorithm. Okay, so converting to degrees, minutes, seconds. Okay. So I might show you something that looks like this. Say 15, or no, I'll keep it small. 5 degrees, 36 minutes, and 28 seconds. So you see the little circle up there that indicates a degree. You see one little apostrophe there, that's minutes, and then 2 apostrophes is seconds. So this is 5 degrees, 36 minutes, 28 seconds. Now this has nothing to do with time, by the way. This is not like a degree over time that we're talking about. Really what we're going to do is we're going to divide up a single degree into even smaller chunks. So like, how small is just 1 degree? It's pretty small, right? So you have 360 in 1 full revolution. Like if I just wanted 1 degree, it would look like, I don't know, probably even smaller than this. But let's say I wanted to break that up, okay? To 60 pieces. Right? Like let's say you're hosting a pizza party, but you just have 1 piece, you have 60 guests, and you slice it into 60 equal pieces. So each one of those pieces would be 1 minute. So basically there are 60 minutes in a degree. Just like a clock.
I do this for astronomy.
Oh, very good. So you've heard, most people, most time students haven't heard of this before. Have y'all heard of degrees, minutes, seconds?
I have a bunch of big telescopes finding stuff in the sky. You have to be very accurate.
Right, and so it seems like for our purposes a little silly to have measurements this small, but yeah, if you want to say see something very far away, like you said, you have to be very accurate. So any little degree that you're off, you're going to miss what you're looking at, right? So yeah, there are 60 minutes in 1 degree. So how many seconds do you think are in a minute? 60, yep, that's right. Okay, so there are 60 seconds in 1 minute. How many seconds are in a degree then? 3,600, yeah. So you could imagine a second is a very, very tiny angle. It's like you're barely rotating at all. Enough to be measurable, but practically 0. Unless you have to be very accurate for some reason. Okay, so let's see how we can convert this. In other words, what I want to do is take this number and just write it in terms of degrees. It's like this minutes and seconds stuff is not doing me any favors. I just want to get like a decimal equivalent to it. So to convert to degrees, what do you think we might do here?
You use the 60 system where 60 is basically 100. That's how I always did it. Might be a little more complicated, but
Like as a ratio, you mean?
What 36
Yeah, you don't have to multiply by 100 in this case, like, because really all we want to know is, like, we know that 36 minutes is less than 1 degree, right? It's just gonna be like some small decimal, right? In fact, if it was 30 minutes, how much of a degree would it be? Yeah, 0.5, right? So if we're trying to estimate, it's a little bit more than 0.5. So to find out, you know, how much of a degree this is, all you have to do is just divide by 60. Okay. So the first step is to take the number of minutes, 36, divide by 60, and you'll have a calculator to do this, but if you don't have one at your table, don't bother going and get one. I mean, I'm sure you know how to type in 36 divided by 60, but this comes out to be 0.6. Okay. So you have 6/10 of a degree. And then I'm going to convert the seconds also. And I'm going to do these independently, and then I'm just going to add everything together. So the seconds, there's 28 seconds, but as we said before, since there's 60 seconds in a minute and 60 minutes in a degree, that means there's 3,600 seconds in a minute. So 28 divided by 3,600. Now this is going to be some small number, right? In fact, you type that in, you get about 0.0078. And you don't really gain too much by adding more decimals onto that, not for our purposes. So if we want to convert 5 degrees, 36 minutes, 28 seconds to just degrees, like a decimal degree, we just add those 3 numbers together. So you have the 5 whole degrees that you started with, plus the 6/10 of a degree that are coming from the minutes, plus the 0.0078 degrees that are coming from the seconds, and you just add them together. So we get 5.6078. And that's roughly. I guess I should do an estimate here. You can go backwards too. You can go from the decimal to degree, minute, seconds. It's not super difficult, but it's a little bit. I think that going this way is easier for me anyway. So this is if you're going from degree, minutes, seconds to decimal. So I'll just make a little note here: degree, minutes, seconds to decimal. And then if you want to go from decimal back to degrees, minutes, seconds, you're going to take some random, so let's say I have, like, I don't know, something weird like 28.2472 degrees. And I want to convert that to degrees, minutes, seconds. I'm going to do this in 2 steps. The first thing I'm going to do is figure out, well, how many minutes do I have, right? How many, well, actually, first, how many whole degrees do I have? 28, right? So I know right away that I should have 28 degrees, some number of minutes, and then some number of seconds. This decimal is where I'm going to get my minutes and seconds from. The first thing I want to do is figure out, well, how many total minutes do I have? So I take that decimal, 0.2472, and just multiply it by 60. You're just going backwards. You're doing kind of the opposite of what we did above. And that'll give you about 14.8332. The only reason I know that is because I already did that calculation. Okay, so what does this tell us? I multiply that by 60. Okay, well, what do I know now? 14 minutes, and some number of minutes are left over, some like fraction of a minute, right? This 0.8332 is not a full minute, but it's some number of seconds. So after you figured out how many minutes you have, then you chop off the whole number, use the decimal that's left over, 0.8332, and you multiply that by 60, because there are 60 seconds in a minute. And here you get about 49.9920. So we'll say approximately 50 seconds. Any questions so far? Just converting units here. So far we looked at how to sketch angles, right? We've looked at how to convert between degrees, minutes, seconds, and decimals. I guess that's it.